I see it as God who closed the door.
Mm.
And Kijiji doesn't happen.
How do you come back?
Yeah. My worship leading journey with Mavuno doesn't happen.
Wow.
You know, all the things that happened as a result
A
of
star
me
doesn't happen.
Yeah, all the things that happened as a result of me coming back home don't happen.
That is so deep.
Yeah. Hey, I was not ready to do CTA.
Why?
Now I am.
Yeah. The story continues, the journey continues. The insight continues. It's so funny. All these years knowing you, I knew there was like a thing where you came back.
Yeah. But you didn't fully.
But I didn't understand it
Yeah.
fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's deep.
Okay.
This is a very interesting part of your, actually pivotal.
Pivotal. So I'm staying at my my brother John's house, cousin brother.
Context, what year is this?
Dude, I'm so bad with the years.
Okay.
But must be
2 or 3?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, about 2 or 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thereabouts. But I'm really bad with the years.
Okay.
Aaron Rimbui will text you and tell you all the wrong dates I said. He's the keeper of dates. Me, I'm like, he'll be like, no, it was March 14th, 2003, my guy. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what decade it was. Like, I'll be glad if I catch the right decade. I'm like, I think it was the 2000s. Anyway, so I'm living with my I've just moved back from the US in a way that I didn't plan. It was a forced move back.
Yeah.
My staff is in the state.
Yeah.
You know, but I've literally said goodbye now emotionally. I'd said bye mentally. That rain made me say goodbye emotionally, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool, man. Like this is where you are. Let's make this happen. My life looks like this at this point, right? I'm going to my bro-in-law's office, and I spend my days there, but I'm absorbing business. He's the best businessman I know. So I'm absorbing business every day. That's my business education.
Wow.
I'm absorbing business. I'd always been creative, and I'd always been entrepreneurial. I mean, we didn't say this even in my backstory, but like, you know, at 15, how old was I? 15, for one. I stopped asking my dad for money because it was always such a big deal asking for money. And I always felt like, man, I'm really sumboying you asking you for money. So I went and got a job at 15.
Wow.
And I worked as a puppeteer. I worked for Bubujika. I was a Bubujika puppet show guy, doing birthday parties, wearing that clown outfit. I learned how to do hand puppets and whatnot. Yeah, man. So and to the point where I used to give my sisters pocket money.
Wow.
As a 15-year-old, right? The other entrepreneur. So I just want to give a little bit of the entrepreneurial journey, so that you understand why business was interesting to me. So that's at 15. When I clear high school, as I'm doing this music thing and all of that. No. It's before high school. Before high school ended. So during school holidays, I found we lived in an estate in Kilimani where there was just a lot of kids. So me, I observed all of these kids and them just being up to no good during school holidays. And I was like, I think there's an opportunity here. So I started a kids holiday club in my estate.
No way.
And I made flyers, took to every house that had kids. I was like, hey, kids holiday club, here's the thing. You know, they're gonna do music. They're gonna do. We're gonna help them with their homework, their holiday homework. Then Then we're going to. Then my sis, I employed my sis Wanji because she could drive.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna peleka them to public service club to go swim.
Wow.
So it was a whole package for the day for your kids. And I think it was 500 bob a day or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. And we worked out the numbers, etc. And I got kids to sign up. And I had a full holiday club happening in our digs. So I was always entrepreneurial.
I get it.
When I went to the States and I was in school, so I had my campus safety job for a little bit, and then Milele was my other thing. But then I also started a music school. In the
States?
In the States. It was called Shujaa Music School. And I was just taking vocal students.
Okay.
And I take them and all of this. So my mind was always wired entrepreneurially. Like I was always interested in finding a problem and creating a value solution for it. So being in this space with my bro-in-law, who's a phenomenal businessman, I was in heaven. Because every day I was coming, I was not doing anything. I was just roaming, but it wasn't random roaming.
Yeah.
It was like, what do you do? Okay, show me what you do.
I'm accountant.
Yeah.
CPA.
Yeah. Show me what you do. Like, what? You can actually do that? There's a thing that does that. Okay, you have to show me. Show me how. Show me how to do this.
That's such a good
Show
posture.
me how to do whatever's. And so curiosity has always been a big thing for me. I'm like, this guy, you guy who does coding. What in the world is that? What is that? Tell me. You're the guy who does this. So I've always been curious, and I'm always okay asking. Yeah. I'm okay not knowing, and I'm very okay asking, right? So the entrepreneurial bug is being fed.
Yep.
Right? It's being
Yep.
fed. Because before that, I was just a solo operator. Everything I did was a solopreneur, with the exception of that thing I did with my sis. But it was still
And this space, it's not music. It's not music and entertainment.
It's not music. It's not music. It's not music at all.
Okay.
So anyway, so I had my big aha moment walking Yaya Center, outside Yaya Center, walking in the rain.
From Upper Hill.
Yeah.
Hey bro, if it's to be a good
one. walking, and I think for me it's finally my release moment where I'm like, okay, cool, I'm here.
But then just sideline. That's like the push-on video. Eh?
It is. I was not dancing in that rain, bro. It was one of these So anyway, so at this point, my brother-in-law, and this is a really interesting story. I didn't name Kijiji.
Huh?
It wasn't. My brother-in-law is the one who gave it the name Kijiji, and it was him and a friend of his who thought there was an opportunity in music distribution, and quickly found they didn't want to do it. Okay, so I was like, let me do that. Let me do that. So Kijiji Records started as a music distribution company, because at that time CDs was the game, and the problem with the music industry was there were only like very few outlets, right? So my concept was, because it was like you could go to this music bookstore, music/bookstore, and you could go here and you could go there, and those are the only places you could get CDs.
Like a Kasanga.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, man, let's democratize this. Let's make CDs available in places, and so we started. So I was like, now I want to do this. I really want to do this. And my first thing was, okay, cool, man. I need to set up an office. negotiated with my bro-in-law. He gave me a room downstairs. And I was like, okay, I need furniture. He said, and then somewhere around this point, a kid walks in whose auntie is like, hey, she saw me in the parking lot, and she's like, yeah, you're the musician. She's like, hey, my nephew really wants to do music. Can you meet with him? I was like, sure. So I got to meet him, and that was my first intern, a guy called Jege.
Jege. That's how Jege ended up joining.
That's how Jege
That story
joined.
is so epic.
So that was my first intern, and then another guy also somehow, I'm not too sure how, also walked in and he's like, yo man, I love your music, da 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 da. I've just graduated from USIU. I was like, yeah, sure, man. I don't have money, but if you want to roll with me, let's roll. And so I had two like team members. Right?
Who's the other guy?
The other guy was called Stan. So those were employees 001 and 002 of Kijiji. And this time, no money, right?
Yes.
I'm not starting this with money.
Yeah.
So then now I started out first. The first thing was to figure out getting rights to distribute people's music, right? So Ogopa DJs was the biggest music creator at the time. So Ogopa, so my bro-in-law and his partner had already begun a relationship with Ogopa. So that one I just kind of took over. And the Ogopa deal was scary, man, because they were so powerful. They were the music powerhouse.
So this is the time when Ogopa is everywhere.
Oh, this is Ogopa, man.
Ogopa era.
Yeah. So in Ogopa, so you have got Ogopa 1, Ogopa 2, you've got Issa, you have
Nameless.
Nameless.
On Fire. Yeah.
On Fire came a bit later, if I'm not wrong. When did On Fire?
Yeah, it came after. It came after.
It came after Issa.
It definitely came after Issa. Yes.
Album
Yes.
was, so I remember Ogopa 1, Ogopa 2, Issa, and then that's when they had a split in Ogopa, and Badman Camp formed, and Badman Camp now had Mr. Googs, Vinnie Banton. There are some guys who broke off.
Yes.
I had Red Sun as well. Then now I went to I think it was Blue Zebra now, which is Ted Josiah.
Yeah.
A Necessary Noise. Just say, what's your catalog?
Yes.
Let me distribute your catalog for you. Here are my terms. Here's what I'm gonna pay. Here's my strategy. So I got those.
So wait. In this distribution,
yeah,
they're giving you masters. Are you duplicating?
No. They're giving me actual CDs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're giving me actual CDs.
Okay. So they did the production.
Yeah, they did the production.
And the duplication.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they're giving me CDs. So we take stock, and then now we either return your stock or we sell your stock. And let me see who else of note. Then I went to Samawati.
Susan Gashukia.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, exactly. Got what was that group called? A Beautiful Woman.
Oh, for real?
What were they called? Anyway, they're there. Yeah. Yeah, Richie's gonna do the research. And then
you didn't get Nairobism. You didn't get Doobies from Samawati.
Oh, I don't know if that was out yet. I remember getting Jomenes
brothers.
Jomenes. Yeah, I remember we got Jomenes.
What?
I can't remember who else from Samawati. So I was just going to the main production houses, going with my pitch, telling them what I'm doing, and give me the opportunity to sell your music. So
you've shut down Kanjii the artist.
Ish.
And these guys are not looking and being like, but you're Kanjii.
Yeah. I've not shut down Kanjii the artist, but Kanjii the artist is allowing me to get into
Yeah,
the
I
door
get it. You're
number one,
using Kanjii the
right?
artist.
Yeah. So, but I'm not at writing and
You're not after.
trying to release my songs or
I get
whatever.
it.
I'm not at that point. I'm not doing that, right? Then oh, little backstory, because you talked about Kanjii the artist. My first recorded, and I think we kind of released it, song was in 97, and it was produced by Gabriel Omondi and featured the one and only Wahu Kagui. And MCLC, they were rapping. They were rappers then.
What's the song? I've never heard that jam.
I can't even remember it.
That's insane.
Wahu denied this story.
You recorded a song with MCLC
and Wahu.
and Wahoo.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, okay, so moving forward now to the whatever. So
Yeah, but where I'm hearing you, where the music that you're getting,
yeah.
where you're distributing it to.
Yeah, so now this was the genius, or at least the I thought it was genius, right? And even today I was like, it was a pretty cool idea. So our thought was, instead of people going to get their music, what if we took the music to the people?
Brilliant.
Right? So my places were places that people frequent. So salons, barbershops, petrol station, petrol station forecourt, you know, where you pay you pay for your whatever you bought in the petrol station.
Yeah.
Supermarkets, even some smaller shops, like almost kiosk-like shops. And we created this guy, we called him the Kijiji man. Kijiji man was a wrought iron man with 10 arms, right?
Yes.
And each arm held a CD.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was our point of sale thing. So we had these things now. So when we came to now, so there were two deals I was doing. One, I was doing a deal with the producers, the record labels.
How much you're going to give them per album?
Exactly. And then now I was doing a deal with the retailer.
Yeah.
Right.
So what's when your expenses and any what are you buying? What are you selling for? Around.
I can't remember. CDs those time I think were like 500 bob a CD or something like that. So maybe I'd get it at 200 or 250.
Oh, nice.
And then so we'd still try and sell them at 500 because that's what they were used to buying them at, right?
Okay.
And then maybe as guess our cut was 150, the retailer was 100. I can't remember the math. But anyway, yeah, everyone made a little bit. And then we pushed it. But we tried to go everywhere. Even gyms, like work at that Kijiji man there, and when you're checking out of the gym, the CDs would be there.
Yeah.
You can.
So
buy
did you
CD.
produce many Kijiji mans and then take them to different places?
Exactly.
Okay.
Made in Dagoretti Corner. So I think it was a solid concept. So that was the first iteration of Kijiji Records. We were a distribution company selling CDs to people. All right. And then I can't remember now. I'm really bad with timelines.
Yeah.
So I can tell you what happens next.
Yeah.
I can't tell you
No problems.
whether this took a year. But at some point I was just like, and so we don't have any capital, right? So meaning if we have any expenses,
it's on you.
It's on me, or we have to use our record label's money and be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna pay you later. Hey boss, that thing was crazy. Ogopa had a guy called Banda.
Yes.
Banda was one scary dude. And let me tell you, it's not once I've gone out of the back door when I saw him coming through the front door. Kanjii, are you cool? I'm like, hey, Banda, I can't deal with you now because I don't have your money right now.
That is hilarious.
So anyway, so at this time now I start applying my business, music business kind of knowledge, and I realized very quickly, it was pretty quick. I realized that, hey, for this business to happen, one of maybe two things needed to happen. So one, we needed to go so broad and wide with our distribution, that 100 bob or whatever, that margin that we made makes sense for our business, right? Or two, we needed to increase our margin, right? So that's when I was like, man, okay, increasing our margin means
We can't go broad.
Yeah. Well, no. Increase our margin means, to me, the conclusion was like, I need my own artist, right?
Oh, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I need my own artist. So, drafted a contract, pitched to Mr. Googs.
What?
And signed him.
What?
So I Mr. Googs was my first signing.
You guys learn things every day.
Yeah, Mr. Googs. Hey, by the way, we are still in the record arrangement, Mr. Googs.
So wait, let me ask you. What in this record distribution were the CDs selling?
CDs were selling.
Was the
concept was working?
Okay, yes.
It just needed to work at
Scale.
100x.
Yes, at scale.
Yeah.
And in terms of working, in terms of people buying, was it also working in terms of revenue collection? Were the distribution points paying you?
Guys were paying me, and we kept a really good book with everyone, where we'd be like, hey, we gave you this many Kijiji man, we gave you this many CDs.
Yes.
So you come and you do a stock taking. How many CDs do you have left?
Yes. Wow.
That's how much you owe us.
So problem was just career you.
Yeah. No.
And capital.
The problem was capital and
scalability.
You have to be able to be in 1,000 places.
I get it.
For this to make sense.
Because even just the expense of, you have to go from here to here to here to here to collect the money.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So I think for me, I was just like, okay, cool. It's either we scale, or we increase our margin. We increase how much we're making per CD. So then the idea then came, like, if I have my own artist, I can make the distribution cut, and I can make the record labels cut as well.
Wow. The music business that you've learned in Dallas is kicking in.
Exactly. So that's when I was adventurous. I was like, I'm gonna sign an artist, and we're gonna figure out how to do an album for them. So signed Mr. Googs. Red Sun's deal, by the way, was directly with these people. I think he had already left Ogopa at that point. Anyway, so signed Mr. Googs, and trying out to figure out, okay, cool. Now I've signed a guy. What does this mean? And we never got to the studio with Mr. Googs, and I don't know. I can't remember why. Maybe something was happening in his life. I can't remember what it was. But that planted a seed in my head.
Wow.
Okay. So then I was like, okay, cool. I need a product that I own. That's my own. And I looked at one of the places that was of interest to me, because where we were right next to Flex Gym, which was in Upper Hill, right?
I get it.
So remind me to tell you about getting furniture into Kijiji, because that's a really cool suffer story.
The Kijiji were downstairs, the office,
yes.
The first office.
Yes.
In Upper Hill.
Yes. So anyway, I was on
The gym, Flex Gym.
Yeah, so Flex Gym. So I'd go and check out the gym, I think I even maybe went in and they were doing this, they'd play this music, and then they had these step classes or whatever, these aerobics classes. And I just started thinking, I was like, who supplies these guys with music? Where do they get their music from? And I was like, so at that point I was like, man, what if I created a product that's been specifically made for them? So I started doing a research. What BPMs do you guys how do you guys do this? How
Beats
do you
per
guys,
minute. How fast is a song?
how fast does a song need to be for this type of class? So I did the research and I understood, oh, okay, cool, this is how this thing works. And then I came up with my first product. So my first product was called Tizika.
That's insane.
And Tizika was, and then I thought, I was like, man, guys are, they're shouting, they're whatever. I was like, what's nostalgic for people? Because all of these guys are corporate people in, with the money to pay for a gym membership, right? So I was like, what's nostalgic for these guys? In my opinion, was cheer songs. Like cheer songs we sang in high school. So most, mama milka, bonyo. Those type of songs, teruburu. I was like, I'm going to create a project that uses cheer songs for exercise.
You're thinking is so brilliant. I'm actually, my guy, I'm around you. It's so brilliant.
Yeah, so we did that. So we created this product.
So it was, when you say it's a product, it's a CD.
It's an album, yeah.
Where do you record?
So we record. So I don't have a studio at this point. So we go to the guy who was my guy at this point was Kasanga, weirdly. So Kasanga, because Steve Owero at some point had moved his studio into the Kasanga kind of space.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, oh man, let me go to that studio. And there was a young producer working in that studio. That producer was called Gideon Kimanzi.
You can't make this thing up.
You can't make this stuff up. So Giddy was training under. So Giddy, the reason Giddy, I call him the fastest producer in Kenya.
Yeah.
He got his chops recording the Kasanga choirs.
Yes.
Right? And there it was just like. When we were setting up the price list, there was something that was called direct recording. I see. What is this direct recording? So no, this is a recording where you record straight onto the DAT. DAT is the digital audio tape, which is what used to hold masters. So, come again? Yes, you record straight into DAT. What do you mean? You mix as you go. Hakuna ati you record and then mix and then master, then no. So one, the musicians have to be on point. They have to sing on key.
There's no take two.
There's no, I was a little flat to take a auto tune. That rubbish was not there. But yeah, no, just auto tune, it should be fine. Because what you're singing is what is ending up as you sang it, not at it edited with none of that. The musicians have to be.
Oh, this is live.
It's not. There's live, then there's direct recording.
No, what I mean when I said they're coming there with musicians, it's not at the.
Most times is programmed drums, so the beats are going. So guitar inaingia, bass inaingia, keys inaingia, lead anaingia, BGVs wanaingia, stereo feed.
Here, pewa tape after you finish.
Now ours was not so bad. Hapo ni fanya DAT, then from the DAT do the master on the tape, so they're able to do compression and EQ, bring it to tape. I'm like, my God, this is murder. The amount of content. You can't let, if someone is singing a little higher than others, you can't say, I'll correct that when I'm mixing. It has, so your hands on the board. Ikienda nayo. There's no passive recording where, then you're chatting here, WhatsApp. No such thing. You're there.
You know everything. This knob is a keyboard.
This is what, during interludes, here, it's the keys that is going. So bring up the keys. Unatawala ikimaliza interlude, rudisha, ni guitar inachukua, go with it. So that was hard.
Because are you saying somebody would come in the morning and at lunchtime if they've recorded their 2 songs, you're giving them their master.
What do you mean 2 songs? Album. Record it in the morning. No, that is direct recording. I thought I was having it bad. So getting to talk to Lee, he's telling me, Kidi, you're having it very easy. So what do you mean? And these Kisi's who come to the studio, wanakuja wakifika hivi, wameenda studio, wamepigwa picha imetolewa, album imeprintiwa covers.
Yes.
They've been printed with the song order. Huko wakitoka huko, wanakuja wanaingia studio, wanachapa recording hivi, wakimaliza kuimba hivi, direct recording. Patia master straight to duplication, shikanisha na the labels that were made, going back to Kisii in the evening, wamefunga album.
What?
And not once, not twice, not 3 times.
And not one artist.
I was like, so me that I have opportunity to put with the DAT, then
EQ a bit.
You're in luxury. You should be very grateful.
So
real time, real to real.
Yeah. So Kasanga, they gave me a deal for come in the evening when the choirs have gone home. So I was like, no problem. So
now you paying them, or it's relationship?
I'm paying Gidi now.
Okay.
But it was very inexpensive.
Yeah.
So we go. My squad is Jege, is Stan, who wanted to be a musician. Mwendi is my BGV. And it's in-house. It's family only, man. And we created and we built it that way, where the BPMs, the songs join, and the BPMs grow as the way the guy had told me, the way the my research had shown me. So it was created for that.
That is crazy. How many songs on that? Or is it one long song?
It was basically there were actual tracks, but they were joined. They were right, because you don't want the music to stop.
Yes.
Because then they would use like these mixes, right? So and the BPMs increase.
Wow.
It keeps on increasing, and it started at whatever the warm-up BPM was,
all the way
to the highest BPM, and then the cool down. Then the cool down BPM at the end.
That product was incredible.
And it was the length of the class.
Yes,
so whatever, 50 minutes, whatever the class is, right? So we created that.
Where do you do production? Where do you do duplication? Because what's your aim? Your intention is to the people who come to the gym to buy this, as well as the gym to use this.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we so now it's time we create the album, and I always find like creation of things is not difficult, selling things is difficult, right? And at least that's been my story. So we create the album. We have so much fun in the studio. It was such a good time, and we create the project, and now it's time to sell, okay? And people bought them.
Where are you selling? You're going to the gyms?
We're going to the gyms. Okay. But now we have to map out all the gyms in Nairobi. We have to find out where the gyms are. And then we realized something very quickly. You couldn't do until now from this, now let me take a mat and go to that gym.
Too late. Guys have gone.
When you reach Westie, you now walk. All of Westie. And you're going this gym, next gym, next gym, next gym, next gym, next gym, next gym. That's when Jege left us.
He should have stayed though.
Yeah. No, he comes back. No. Jege has had 3 runs in Kijiji. And I remember because this kid, his whole dream was to become an Ogopa artist. I'm sure and so he dressed the part, Timberland, clean,
to walk to gyms.
Walking in gyms. going to flog CDs, and some places you'd go and find guys like, no, we're not, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, let me tell you what it is.
Yeah.
When you hear what it is, you know.
You'll get excited.
And then I understood now, it's not just the gyms I need to talk to. I actually need to get the actual instructors of the classes.
Wow.
Because the gym, maybe I want to buy it for him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I have to now talk to the guy himself.
Hey, you're hustling.
You know, one of my best customers ended up becoming a really good friend of mine, was a manager for the gym at Stanley.
Wow.
He's called Japheth, yeah. And he ended up becoming like even a friend, because the guy was like, this is crazy. How many can I buy? And he was one of the guys who really encouraged me on that. Like, okay, cool. I think you have a pretty cool product. But that product came to save me a bit later on. And it's a thing that I was telling you, like I was strategic about gyms, but God was being strategic about something totally different.
Yeah.
And the story will shock you. But I want to get there sequentially.
Okay.
So,
but then now, furniture.
Oh yeah. So when the thought was like, okay, cool, man, like let me formalize this. I want to be coming to an office and working. So my bro-in-law gave me a computer, like just a beat up computer. I'm like, okay, cool. It has Excel, it has Word. Me, I'm locked in. I'm ready for this thing. But watching them also helped me professionalize myself. Just watching how they operated. I was like, okay. There's a way that you need to operate in the business world, right? There's a way you need to speak, and all of that. So that was my business school. Being in that office for however long I was in that office. So the guy says, I know what you can use. So there were some plastic chairs. Those are your chairs. The guy said, he had a barber shop in near Tea Room, like deep in the city. And he's like, you go to the barber shop, and then I have these doors, right? Go take the doors, and then there's some logs as well that have already been. And then now the logs are there. Are the
legs.
Yeah. The logs are the legs. The table is the door is the table. Okay. So I take my Ogopa artist, Jege, take him to town. And then now we have to go and find them Kokoteni.
Yeah.
So get them Kokoteni. And now see, we have to walk, because I'm like, this guy, I don't know if he's going to get my stuff. I have to walk with you. So I walk with this guy through town. To Uhuru Park. Let me tell you, boss, at some point I realized Jege, my boy, was about 100 meters ahead of us. He didn't want to be associated.
Go back this man. He's not
like,
about
hey, Jega, man, wait for us, man. I was like, I'm not waiting for you guys.
Wow.
Anyway, so that's how we got furniture for the office.
Dude, first of all, what kind of furniture is that?
Well, it was
the table was a door.
but we're rolling, man. We're like, hey, in fact, I was like, man, we didn't have a table. We have a table now. This is advancement, man. So,
hey, dude, but then also on the side, Mwendi stuck with you.
She stuck with me. She stuck with me.
Yani she, like, in that thing, there was no
unwavering.
There was no unwavering?
No, she didn't waver even a little bit, man.
Wow.
Even a little bit. She did not waver even a little bit. Yeah, man. Yeah. So,
hey, bro, me would have wavered. Where are the dollars?
From Milele to, but here is now where that thing that I told you of taking ourselves not seriously.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Because if I'd set myself up as a superstar,
Wow. Depression.
how do I make this transition?
Depression
I
complete.
can't. But yeah, I'm easy. You know, I remember even once for a Milele activity where the guy who was managing and promoting us, Zax, got upset with us because we went to the streets to hand out flyers. Yeah, he's like, dude, man, don't you guys know who you are? Like, I don't want you on the streets handing out flyers. Ask guys, do you know who we are? Like, this is fun for us, man.
Yes.
Talking to people, handing out flyers.
Yeah.
Hey, come for our gig. Like, oh, can I? So we were signing flyers. Like, you know, so that helped me be able to make this transition because I took what I do very seriously. I don't take myself seriously. Okay. So it was okay for me to be with a Mkokoteni guy, helping him sometimes to take my table, my
That's
door,
so deep.
and my logs to Upper Hill. You know, so it didn't bother me.
So where does Tizika? How does that? Where does that go?
So now, maybe a year and a half, a couple of years in. Milele is planning like a really big summer tour, and guys are like, my guy, you have to come for the tour. So I'm like, man, now I'm settled now, so I'm not even interested in the US. I'm like, I'm happy. I'm doing my thing in Kenya. I'm starting to claw out existence. You know.
So Paul, I've just hit me. In this time when you're here, is that when they record the third Milele album?
Yes. So they record. So I still go and do vocals when I get to the States, but a lot of the album is produced already.
Okay.
So that was the album I had maybe the least input in.
Afrique.
Okay. Yeah, which is why Milele is like it's not.
So Milele are now telling you, okay,
so the guys are like, hey, my guy, we're doing this, da 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 da. I was like, okay, cool. I'll go apply for a visa. So I agreed to go, but as we're going, so now, are we engaged? No, we're not engaged with Mandy. But I'm thinking now, oh man, we need to get engaged at some point. And so we're planning the tour and all of that. And so I go get my visa, travel to the States, and I'm allowed in. Okay. And at that point, by the way, in fact, when I was allowed in, I was like, oh, okay. I'm just coming in and out. Like this is like.
This is not home.
God closed this door, and He wants me in Kenya. So
actually, in retrospect, now years later, when you're able to understand the jigsaw puzzle and see it clearly, what's your thoughts about you not getting the visa? Or you not being allowed back in States?
Say that again.
You know, now you have the benefit of looking at things and having the bigger picture of life. So what do you see that season when God, is it even God who closed
that door?
Do you even see it as God who closed
100%. I see it as God who closed the door. And Kijiji doesn't happen.
How do you come back?
Yeah. My worship leading journey with Mavuno doesn't happen.
Wow.
You know, all the things that happened as a result
of doesn't happen.
Yeah, all the things that happened as a result of me coming back home don't happen.
That is so deep.
Yeah. And I think for me that's always been such a huge thing that I hold, where I'm like trusting, like I've been learning more and more about trust, and you know, we'll talk about, because I've had an interesting journey over the last few years, and I'm just really engaging with the idea of trusting God like more and more, and and it's driven by this. There's a principle and something you'll hear me say maybe in this interview several times, where actions speak louder than words, right? So what you do is actually what you believe, right? Not what you say. What you do is actually what you believe. So many times I say the words, I trust God, but my actions don't show that. My actions show I trust money. They show I trust my relationships. You know, so I think
faith without actions is dead.
yeah. So meaning it's not faith. If it's dead, it's not faith. You know. So yeah, so I think for me, you know, looking back and seeing how God, there's a beauty of memory, like looking back and seeing, oh, okay, God, that's what you mean, right? So if that's what you could do with what I thought at that point, I'm sure was the worst thing that could have ever happened to me, man, I can trust you, man. Yeah, I trust you. So wherever you want me to be, whatever door you close is as beautiful as that door seems, if it's you closing it, I want it shut. You know, I want it shut. You know, so yeah, so that has, I think those experiences helped really form my faith. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. That's a good point to cellar and think about that.
Yeah.
We'll be back to continue the journey from going back to the States.
Okay.